American South. He's always there, fighting for freedom over land and air. G.I. Joe!
Hello everybody, Mac here. Welcome back to the show. What we are taking a look at today is G.I. Joe Classified Series Nightforce, Parth Varma. And I am very excited about this figure. This being Nightforce, this was a Walmart exclusive. This was part of the Walmart Collectors Con last year. And I'm pretty excited about this because this is a completely new character. Not just a new figure to the line, but a new character to the G.I. Joe mythos. He has not appeared in comics, in cartoons, in anything. He is a fresh face for the figure line. But before we get started on that, please, if you like G.I. Joe Classified, if you like the Nightforce, please drop a like for the video down below. Also, don't forget, check me out on my Ko-fi page where we have exclusive content to take a look at as we strive to build a community of collectors where we can discuss and all enjoy this crazy hobby of ours. Now, on to this. I do really love the classics. Stalker, Snake Eyes, Duke, Roadblock, Cobra Commander, Baroness, Destro, Zartan. I love all of them. And yes, I want to see the classic characters, the iconic characters, be made into 6-inch plastic in the Classified series. But I love that they are also moving the line forward. We saw that with Helix. We're seeing that with Wolf Spider right here. And I'm very excited about that. Also, as I've said before, I'm pretty sure I'm one of the few that is going to miss the windowless free packaging for the G.I. Joe Classified series. Not for Hasbro products in general, just for the Classified series. They really hit their stride. I really love what they have done here with the windowless packaging. We have some nice animation of Wolf Spider right here. We have a action shot of him in photography. We have a look at his accessories on the back. We get a full figure view of the character. We get a better look at his accessories and some of the highlights of his paint apps. Over here, we have his barcode, which this just takes you to the Hasbro Pulse webpage. And then we have an even better glamour shot, or a better shot of his artwork from the front. Now, I looked at his sale page on Hasbro Pulse, and it is sold out, but in the pages, in the item page, whether it's on Walmart's website, which he is still available on Walmart, I will link to that in the description below. There is now a write-up for the classified figures. I know most of you have probably realized that, but in case you haven't, in addition to, like, this is a 6-inch figure, he comes with these accessories, blah, 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 there's also, like, a mini bio in, like, the last couple paragraphs, or last couple sentences of the write-up of the figure. And he was a helicopter EMT. He worked with the Coast Guard. He has spy training, special patrol, infiltration and extraction, para-rescue. He's a really interesting character. And the fact that he is a really interesting character, and both of his parents were doctors, and, like, the fact that we don't have file cards on these characters anymore really kills me. Like, I understand that at this point they can't put file cards on the back of the boxes because we've had way too many figures that don't have file cards that we need write-ups on, but they could do something digital and not those icons from, like, the first couple years of Classified where, like, you had to play mix and match with the icons to find out what they were good with. Like, they have this QR code over here. They could have some sort of digital file card that you could go take a look at. But I'm going to put a write-up on Wolf Spider right there for you to take a look at, to pause and read, if you don't want to go to the Hasbro Pulse website or the Walmart website. But he is a very interesting character, and it just makes me want to know more about him, and it makes me want to have a file card based off of him. So, with that rant out of the way, without further ado, let's get this box open and let's take a look at Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series Nightforce Wolf Spider. Here he is, Wolf Spider, out of the box, and putting the tape measure to him, we can see that he is roughly 6 3/8 to the top of his head. Now that we're taking a better look at the figure up close, let's talk about some of the reuse that was done here. And there's not nearly as much as I had originally thought. The head is a reuse of Kamakura, and the legs, I believe, are reuse from the Alley Vipers. At first, I thought the arms might have been reuse from Beachhead, but they're not quilted like his are. And I thought this patterning back here was why I thought they were part of the Beachhead figure, but they're not. I don't know what figure has these arms. I feel like I may have seen these before, but I also feel like these might be new and I'm just mistaking them for something else. Either way, even if they are reuse, I don't mind that, because when you use reuse like this to basically kit bash together a new figure, a unique figure, and a very cool looking figure. As a matter of fact, I've seen some people mention, and I have to agree, that he kind of looks like the version 4 Beachhead from the vintage line. I don't know what he looks like underneath the armor here. I don't know what his torso is, if that's reuse as well. I'm willing to bet that it is, since, you know, it's covered up. Who would notice? Who would care? But I do really like the colors. Yes, they are Nightforce colors, but they are used very well on this figure. I like the colors. I like the reuse. I like the look of this figure. This is a really good looking Joe. I really like the wolf spider right here painted up on his shoulder, and his body armor here with the pouches that you can imagine there might be some rescue gear in there, some, you know, EpiPen injectors, maybe some thermal blankets, something like that. I like even the back of it, the detailing, the sculpting on the back. Maybe the vest has been reused too, now that I think about it. I can't remember if this has been... I like the buckling down here. It almost has like a life jacket look up front, not so much in the back. I just really... This is just like a really cool figure to me. And once we get his accessories on him, which the accessories are reused from a lot of figures as well, mostly from Falcon, I really like the look of this figure, the finished product, which we'll see once we get through the accessories. But right now, let's bring him up and let's take a look at his articulation, that the head will do a full 360 spin. He can look up, kind of. He can look down real well. He has some tilt side to side. The arms will do a full 360 spin. He has a really well-traveled butterfly joint in the shoulders right there. A little loose on the right side, but I really like the travel on them. His arms will come up to 90. He has the bicep swivel, double-jointed elbows with some really good travel. Wrists spin. The left wrist hinges in and out. The right wrist, his gun shooting hand, pivots up and down. Now, he does have an ab crunch, but this piece really gets in the way of using it. But we've seen that with the Classified series before. He does have a ball joint at the waist, so he can do a full 360 spin. The ball joint will also give him some more back. Will also give him some more forward. And we get a little bit of side-to-side rock. We have the drop-down hips, so that the legs can come out to just under 90. You can pop them back up. They'll come forward. They'll go back. Thigh cut. Double-jointed knees with some really good travel. And I have to also mention that the joints were fairly well, I don't want to say loose, but I'm not having nearly as much problem moving him out of the box as I've had with some other Classified figures. We got a boot cut, ankles rock back, ankles rock forward, and we have our forward-facing pin for some ankle rock. We have pattern cut on the boots down here, and of course we have his side pouches. Little medic accessory kit right here, I'm willing to bet. And we have the holster for his pistol, which we will take a look at once we look at accessories. Okay, so Wolf Spider has a lot of accessories to get to, but the ones that we're going to start off with are the reuse accessories, because there are a lot of those, and most of them seem to have come from Falcon. And the first thing we're going to take a look at is his backpack right here. And if you have Falcon, you've seen this before, that this is basically like his old school radio comms backpack. We have the twin cantinas, we have the rope right here, and I don't really have a problem with them reusing this piece for Wolf Spider, because given what his specialty is, you know, para-rescue, spy training, things like that, it would make sense that he would have like a field radio. And there is some assembly required, because here is his antenna, his bent over antenna that fits over top of it. I don't know if they actually still use communication setups like this in the military. Has a tight fit for the peg getting down in there. But there we go, that locks in. It also has the knife, the survival knife that we got with Falcon. And what I really appreciate about this is that, is that the blade is painted silver. If you've watched any of the G.I. Joe videos that I've done in the past, that is one of my pet peeves when we get a knife like this, but it's all just molded in plastic. I really appreciate that they took the time, they took the effort to paint the blade up in silver, and that fits into the backpack right there as well. And then this fits very snug onto Wolf Spider's back. We get a real nice seal right there, that there's not any gapping in there. It makes a nice tight fit, and it looks good on him too. Like I said, it works for this character. Now, the other reuse that we have from Falcon, it looks like it weighs him back a little bit. The other reuse that we have from Falcon is the shotgun, and I believe this is supposed to be, what's the Italian shotgun? Like the Spaz 13 or something like that. I forget what it's actually called, but I think that's what this is supposed to be. And it has a decent looking sculpt to it. I always liked it. I liked it when it came out with Falcon. I think it looks good. My only issue with this one is that as much as I like the folding stock gimmick, there you go. The clip is kind of loose, that the buttstock keeps falling off. That's my only issue with this weapon for this figure. I think it works for him. I like it. I just wish that this, I mean, I could always keep it folded up so that wouldn't be an issue, but you can see that it doesn't really fold tight to the barrel or to the body of the weapon either, and that just keeps popping off. I need to find a way to tighten that up a little bit. Maybe put something around that in there so that this has a tighter grip. Maybe some like ripped tape or something. I don't know. But when you put it in his hand, let's fold that back up. When you put it in his hand, he does have a good grip on it. Now, I know I've complained about the gumminess of G.I. Joe weapons before. That doesn't really seem to be an issue with this one. I think it's because it's a pretty thick weapon right there. But I do like the gumminess of the hands, so that you can open them up and sort of form the hand like so. Like around the pump action of the shotgun. The thumb gets in the way, and the buttstock fell off again. There you go. You can hold it like that. Let's put this back on. And there he has a decent grip on it. So we'll set that aside for now. And what else do we have in here? We have a lot. There's actually a decent amount of accessories. And I have to believe that because they saved money on virtually complete reuse with the figure, they were able to put in more accessories, more unique accessories. This not being one of them. We've seen this pistol before. This has come with the Joes pretty much since Duke, since the first wave. And that fits into his side holster right there. So once again, carrying on the tradition that the Joes can load out most of, if not all, their gear. Now we have two headpieces right here. We have this helmet that I dig. It comes with the flip down night vision goggles. I love the paint job on the side. I don't know, this had some assembly required, that the helmet came like this and you had to put the goggles on them. But looking at that helmet and with that paint job on there, is anybody else getting like X-Wing pilot vibes from this? Like the helmets that the X-Wing pilots wore in A New Hope? That's kind of cool. I like that. Whoop, fit these on this way. Now, when you put the helmet on him, the helmet is a bit of a tight fit because you can see it has that chin strap right there, and it also has the mic on it. So the helmet is a bit of a tight fit, getting it on him, getting the chin strap down over his chin. You kind of have to hook that underneath first. And then work the helmet back onto him. It's not the tightest, snuggest fit. Like, it looks good on him. I really do think it looks good on him, and the color palette and everything matches. And when you flip the goggles down, his night vision down, that just looks cool. But the helmet is a little loose on his noggin, even though it fits and it looks really good. The other accessory that we have, hold on, let me get this off. So getting it off takes a little bit of a trick too. I'm always worried that I'm going to break the chin strap down here because you have to work it over the chin and get the helmet up over the head. So just be careful when you're doing that. But the other headpiece that we have, the other accessory, is this mask, which is just really cool. I believe this is a new piece for him, and it fits very well over top of the head sculpt. It fits snug on there, and that looks really cool. Now, you can't use both of them in tandem because you can't get everything down over top of it. So it's one or the other, but that does look really cool. And you can like use this as like, you know, advanced optics, night vision itself, telescopic, whatever, rangefinder, heat vision. That just looks really cool. It's a nice piece. It's unique. I believe it's unique. And it gives Wolf Spider just like his own thing for his accessories. Now, something else that we get, and I understand why we get it, I just don't know what to do with it, is we get actual like twine to use as rope because he's para-rescue. He can, you know, rappel down out of a helicopter, which if you're going to put him on a helicopter, that's going to be the Dragonfly coming up. And it has the winch that comes down on the side. So it's cool that we have this rope. There's really no place to put it on him. And there's no grappling hook either. So I appreciate getting it. I'm just not sure what I'm going to do with it because it's not a terribly long piece either, as you can see right there. And now for size comparison, here he is beside Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series Lowlight and the G.I. Joe Classified Series Python Patrol Copperhead. Here he is beside Marvel Legends Genis Vell and Black Widow movie Black Widow. Here he is beside the Valaverse Action Force Desert Rat and the BotCon exclusive Mantis Trooper. Here he is beside NECA Toys Defenders of the Earth Flash Gordon and Ming the Merciless. Here he is beside McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Suicide Squad Bloodsport and Etrigan the Demon. And finally, here he is beside NECA Toys Dungeons & Dragons Warduke and Grimsword. So I feel like Hasbro nailed it with this one. I really do. This is a prime example of how to make a figure out of complete reuse, but still give us something new to the line. The legs are from the Alley Vipers. The head is from Kamakura. I'm fairly certain that the torso is from Falcon himself. The arms I'm still not sure about. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure the arms are reused too. Even the accessories, with the exception of his headgear, is complete reuse. And I don't have a problem with that because, as I said, this has created a fantastic character. I think the only thing new is, like I said, the headgear and the chest armor, the chest vest that he's wearing. Past that, everything about this figure we've seen before, we just haven't seen it in this combination. And if that is going to get us brand new characters, brand new figures, brand new looks, expand the line, I'm all for that because I do think Wolf Spider here is a great addition to not just the Classified series, but Nightforce as well. It gives them a medic, and since we haven't had Lifeline yet, he fits in perfectly. Well, maybe not a medic, but like a rescue trooper. And as I said, since we haven't received Lifeline yet, he fills that gap. My nitpick is that I wish we did receive a new head sculpt, one without the mask on, but I get why we didn't get that. My only real complaint is the buttstock of the shotgun. When I was playing around with him, when I was posing him for the photos, the buttstock kept falling off. And I need to do something to tighten that up because the little claw piece that's on the stock isn't holding the shoulder piece on, so I'm going to have to do something to maybe make that shoulder piece a little thicker. I'm not sure what I'm going to have to do with that yet, because I am worried that eventually I'm going to drop that and the carpet monster is going to get it. It's funny, I wasn't really into Nightforce when I was a kid, but the more and more that these Nightforce figures are coming out, the more and more I'm getting into it, and now I can't wait for the Dragonfly to get here so we can get Nightforce Ripcord and Nightforce Crazy Legs. I think they're going to be, oh, him and Crazy Legs paired up together, that's just going to look really cool. Oh, that's going to look so cool. As I mentioned before, Wolf Spider is sold out on Hasbro Pulse, but believe it or not, you can find him on Walmart's website. I will put a link to that in the description below if you want to pick one up for yourself. So until next time, my friends, play well, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, thank you for watching.